Congrats, you're a dog. A drooling one, just with Wi-Fi and a TikTok addiction. Think I'm kidding? Let's test it. Hear that little ding from your phone? Instant dopamine. Your brain lights up like it just won the lottery. That's not you being cool, productive, or mysterious. That's you, basically Pavlov's dog. The only difference is that Pavlov's dog never had to deal with notifications from Instagram, DoorDash, and your situation all at once. If you've ever salivated at the smell of McDonald's fries or instantly felt panic at the buzz of your phone, congrats, your brain has been trained, conditioned, Pavlov'd, and it's hilarious until you realize how deep this goes. But before we completely roast our 21st century brains, let's meet the guy who started all this mess, Ivan Pavlov, the OG dog influencer. Picture a 19th century Russian scientist with a thick, academic beard and probably a coat that perpetually smelled like wet dog, because let's be honest, the guy spent years surrounded by canines. He wasn't trying to be quirky or go viral on some primitive version of TikTok. He was just knee-deep in a very serious scientific mission, studying digestion. Casual. But then something strange happened. Pavlov noticed that his dogs were drooling before they even saw the food. Just the sound of the lab assistant's footsteps was enough to kick their salivary glands into overdrive. It was like the dogs had internalized a push notification. Dinner's on the way. Being the curious tinkerer he was, Pavlov didn't just shrug it off. He leaned in. He figured, if sounds can trigger this response, maybe I can train it. So he started experimenting. Ring a bell, serve food, do it again and again. Before long, the dog started drooling just from the bell alone. No food necessary. Boom, he had stumbled into the realm of classical conditioning. In other words, he discovered how to rewire behavior through association. Fast forward a century, and every app on your phone is using that exact trick to keep you hooked. Classical conditioning, but let's make it relatable. Okay, so what is classical conditioning? Here's the quick and dirty version. Classical conditioning is when your brain learns to connect one thing with another, even if they seem totally unrelated at first. Something random, like a bell ringing, a sound, a light, gets paired enough times with something meaningful, like food, attention, or pleasure, that eventually the random thing alone triggers the same response. Basically, your brain shortcuts the process. Bell equals food, ding equals joy. Boom, you're officially trained. And the best part? You don't need to be a dog in a lab to experience it. You, my friend, are living, breathing proof. Example 1. Your phone lights up. It dings. And without even thinking, your hand moves to check it. Dopamine hits before you've even seen what the notification is. Could be a message from someone important, or just a 20% off coupon from Bed Bath & Beyond. Doesn't matter. Your brain is already excited. That's Pavlovian. Ding, key, reward. Example 2, that Netflix, ta dumb. You hear it, and suddenly your brain is ready to lounge. Sweatpants on, snacks in hand, binge mode activated. Pavlov would probably nod in scientific admiration or wonder what the heck we've done with his discovery. You've been Pavloved by life? You might be wondering, okay, but how does this really affect me? Well, here's the cold, hard truth. You are basically a bundle of Pavlovian reflexes wrapped in a hoodie, pretending to be a rational adult. Don't take it personally, we all are. Your brain has been trained, primed, and conditioned by the world around you since the moment you popped out into the bright, overstimulating chaos of modern life. Hear the McDonald's jingle? Suddenly, fries sound like a life necessity. That golden ba-da-ba-ba-ba hits, and your stomach responds before you even realize you're hungry. See a gym membership email? Boom, wave of guilt, followed by a fleeting promise to start Monday. Get a text from your crush? Instant dopamine surge. Your pulse quickens, your brain lights up like a pinball machine, and for a moment, all is right with the world. These aren't coincidences. They're carefully designed responses. Companies literally hire psychologists and behavioral scientists to figure out how to Pavlov you into clicking, scrolling, craving, and spending. That heavenly Starbucks smell the moment you walk in? That's no accident. That's the bell. You're the dog. And now you're standing in line, happily forking over $7 for the emotional comfort of warm foam and roast. Why your brain loves this. Now let's talk about why your brain actually enjoys being manipulated like this. It sounds wild, but your brain is kind of into it. Why? Because it lives for patterns. It wants to make sense of the chaos, to predict what happens next, and, most importantly, to chase rewards. So when something consistently delivers a little dopamine hit, like a phone ping, the smell of fries, or the sight of that little red notification bubble, your brain takes notes. Fast. It's like, ah yes, this equals good. Let's remember this forever. This is survival mode 2.0. Thousands of years ago, this helped you remember things like bright red berries, quinoa delicious, and that rustling in the bushes, maybe run. Today, it's more like Snapchat notification equals serotonin, and Slack ping equals mild existential dread. Same wiring, different inputs. But here's the kicker. The more random the reward, the stronger the conditioning. That unpredictability? Your brain loves it. It's the same principle casinos use, slot machine psychology. You don't win every time. You win sometimes. And that maybe this time keeps you hooked. Social media runs on that exact formula. Every scroll, like, or comment is a pull of the lever, and your brain keeps coming back for more. The internet turned us into digital Labradors. Here's where it gets funny and also sad. Pavlov trained dogs in a lab. Modern life has trained us in the wild. Think about it. Every sound, notification, or ad is a little bell. Your brain salivates for likes, validation, and spicy memes. You refresh TikTok 20 times, chasing that one video that makes you snort laugh. You check your phone even when there's no buzz, just in case. That's called a conditioned response. Pavlov would probably publish a study on you and call it dog, but make it Wi-Fi. And food? Oh, it's game over. Ever wonder why fast food ads show you slow-mo burger flips and sizzling fries? Because they know one thing: show the stimulus, trigger the craving. Next thing you know, you're in the drive-thru ordering a McFlurry you didn't even want 5 minutes ago. But wait, it gets worse and funnier. Here's the thing about classical conditioning. It doesn't just control your cravings, it also shapes your anxieties. Ever feel your stomach drop when you hear your boss's Slack notification sound? Or feel instant dread when your mom texts, "We need to talk"? That's conditioning, baby. Your brain has filed those sounds under danger, and now you're emotionally drooling in fear. And don't even get me started on dating apps. That little vibration when someone matches with you? Pure dopamine. Your brain is doing backflips. But then you open the app, and it's a bot. Boom, emotional whiplash. Pavlov's dog would sympathize. Breaking free from the bell. Kind of. So are we doomed to be drooling Wi-Fi dogs forever? Not necessarily. You can actually decondition your brain, or at least become aware of your triggers. Step 1. Notice your bells. What makes you instantly check your phone, open an app, or crave a snack? Step 2. Delay your response. Break the automatic cycle. Step 3. Laugh at yourself for how easily you were trained. Self-awareness is basically your chew toy. Here's the truth. Being a little Pavlov'd isn't all bad. We need habits and routines. But the trick is making sure the bell rings for things that actually serve you, like exercise, creativity, or, drinking water. The mic drop moment. So yeah, you're basically Pavlov's dog. Congratulations. You drool for likes, salivate for snacks, and emotionally twitch every time your phone lights up. But here's the silver lining. You're not hopeless. If Pavlov could train a dog, you can train your own brain. Next time your phone dings, maybe don't sprint for it. Next time you smell fries, take a breath and remember, you're being played. And if all else fails, just remember that somewhere out there, a 19th century Russian guy is laughing from the grave because we all proved his point. If this video just exposed your entire life, smash that like button, subscribe for more psychology breakdowns, and drop a comment about your most embarrassing Pavlov moment. Was it a notification? A jingle? A text from your ex? Be honest. See you in the next one. And don't forget, the bell is ringing, but you don't have to drool.